What do you think of the Lavia links? So I'm a little bit confused, in all honesty. Empire of the Cop were speaking with Jacob Tanswell of The Athletic, and this is what's been said. The Athletic's Jacob Tanswell believes Liverpool are more likely destination for Romeo Lavia this summer, but the Reds will be forced to pay a hefty sum. Speaking to Empire of the Cop, the Southampton writer revealed Southampton want a high figure for him. Somebody's got to pay around 45 or 50 million for Lavia. Who can do that is dependent on all the other targets they get. Liverpool or Chelsea? I probably think Liverpool with Jurgen Klopp and the background work they've done on him, that probably suits him as a destination. Truth is, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But with how it's looking for Thuram, I would be very, very surprised if Lavia is pursued if we get Thuram. And I know they're different types of midfielders, but I'm far more excited about the prospect of Khrephen Thuram than I am of Lavia. But I'm absolutely open to admitting that that could be because I just don't know enough about Lavia. And, you know, fair enough on that one. I don't know much about him. I know he plays at Southampton. I know he was formerly at Man City. I know he's a Belgian international, I think, but that's it. That's the extent of my knowledge. Michael said I wouldn't want Lavia. It didn't excite me. There's been a couple of links this summer, my friends, that just haven't excited me. The Gravenberch link, it didn't do it for me. It just felt we were cheaping out. Now, on that, actually, Ryan Gravenberch is of interest to AC Milan as well. And the prices I'd seen linking him to Milan were actually a little bit higher than the ones that I'd originally seen linking him to Liverpool. You're talking about 35, 40 million, according to the articles I read today. And do you know what? I think that could be a good move for Ryan Gravenberch. Going to AC Milan, I think that league would suit him better than the Premier League, in all honesty. That's my take on it anyway. If you add to that the Romeo Lavia links, I've never been that excited about it, only because I don't know enough about the player to get excited. And the Mason Mount stuff, when we were linked to him, look, I was consistent all along. I said I wouldn't have any problem if Liverpool signed Mason Mount, but I'd want it to be at around 40 or 45 million pound. Anything over that, and I would have felt like Liverpool are overpaying. So I feel like United are overpaying, and I feel like United are overpaying in the wages. Alpha Brandt. Hey Craig, since yesterday I've been asking myself which one of the midfielders we've signed will be better. Who do you think will be better this upcoming season, and who do you think will be better in 5 years? Oh, it's a very good question. So I'm going to assume we get Thuram for this conversation, mate, if that's all right with you. Here's what I'm going to suggest is going to happen. Szoboszlai will get all the headlines this season because he'll have the big moments. He'll have the goals from distance. He'll have the assists. He'll have the breaking forward. But I feel like Alexis McAllister will go about his business very, very steadily, very well, and won't get the credit his great performances will probably be due because he's not doing as much at the business end of the pitch. So I think Szoboszlai will get a lot of the headlines. I think McAllister will be appreciated by those who appreciate what he's there to do. And I think Thuram will be the long-term one that has a high ceiling to go from where he is now to where his threshold could be. But my God, what a signing the three lads are if we get them in. It's fucking brilliant. So, mate, this is the latest that is being reported on Khrephen Thuram. You may have seen it, you may not. So, Rudy Galletti has said Liverpool are seeking to speed things up in order to shut the door on Newcastle United. So, it looks like Newcastle's interest is sincere, that they're pushing to sign Thuram, having missed out on Dominic Szoboszlai to us. And I think they're fighting a losing battle. But that's just my impression of things. I've nothing on this transfer. Nothing at all. But if you look at it on face value, Thuram and Kanade are very close. Kanade has been doing bits. Thuram's been liking posts. And also, we can't forget, we've seduced him. Don't see Newcastle out there seducing players. We've seduced him. So yeah, look, I hope it happens. I really, really, really do. Because that's the rebuild I asked for. That's the rebuild I wanted. I said to you guys not 3 days ago, if we can end this window with a Thuram, a McAllister, and a Barella or a Szoboszlai, I would have been over the moon. And I am. I'm absolutely over the moon with the way this is working out. And I know I'm a ranter. I know I moan, but that's because I want the best for our club. And when I see the club following through, I'm happy to sit here and bask in the glory and say, yes, well done to everybody. Was very nice to see a lot of Liverpool fans calling FSG out on Twitter, especially the Klarna boss tweeting John asking if he needs a payment plan. Yeah, and, you know, a lot of people have said to me over the past day or two in comments or in conversation, you know, do you feel silly now ranting about FSG? You know, do you feel like you should have just shut the fuck up and wait and see what happens? Honest answer, no, don't feel silly about it whatsoever. I didn't want us to be in a situation where another window passed us by, and I'd much rather put my hands up to say I was wrong and well done than see another window go by where we don't get the results we'd hoped for. So look, right now, very happy. I'm sure you guys are as well. Craig, should we be looking at bringing in a DM to compete with Fabinho and help develop by Cecic? There would be there, or would we mould Thuram into a DM? So it's a very fair question, and it's why when we did get the deal agreed for Dominic Szoboszlai, I wondered, same as yourself, what we're going to see next. But it seems, going off Rudy Galletti and, you know, many other posts on social media, it seems that it's Thuram. And I can't imagine we're going to bring in a fourth midfielder after Thuram because, well, we don't need one, if we're being honest about the numbers. You know, like if we got Thuram, you'd have Thuram, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Cecic, Elliott, Jones, Henderson, Thiago, Fabinho. You know, that's a lot of players for 3, potentially 4 midfield spots. Who's going to play there? It's a very good question. Fabinho, maybe Cecic. I don't know the answer. I don't know what Jurgen has in mind. I don't know what his thoughts are for where he's going to look to play Thuram. Szoboszlai, look, he's an attack-minded player. You would imagine you'll see him pop up in all different positions, especially with Mo going away to the AFCON in January time. You'd think that that's, you know, a good option to cover on the right-hand side as well as young Ben Doak, as well as maybe Harvey Elliott. And of course, we could easily move Lucho across as well, or Jota. Thuram can play in all midfield positions, but I feel he will be a DM and McAllister central DM attacking. Look, he's got the attributes. What is he, 6'3", 6'4"? Khrephen Thuram. Bulletproof with regards to injuries at this moment in time. Good physical presence, can carry the ball through midfield. He's got the attributes. It's just a matter of, you know, how Jurgen would like to utilise him if indeed we sign him. Liverpool are pushing harder for Romeo Lavia than Arsenal, along with Khrephen Thuram. Along with... Oh, would you stop? William, would you stop? Don't do that to me, dude. That would... No. Do you reckon that Liverpool could, in any crazy world, sign Lavia and loan him out? Just to make sure that they got their man? Or do you think if we signed Lavia that he'd most likely be coming to play right now? It's just a thought that just popped into my head there when we were discussing the possibility of both. Which is just filth. I love the idea of that. Do you reckon this summer can make up for the Bellingham transfer falling under? Well, I'm going to make a bold statement right now. I'm happier with the business that we're potentially doing than signing Jude Bellingham. If we sign McAllister, Thuram and Dominic Szoboszlai, I would take that over a Bellingham. It addresses the areas we need addressing. And the way we've seemingly spent that money, it's very clever. And again, well done. Well done to the club. Well done to everybody. Would you sell Canade for 100 million? No, I wouldn't. I think he's going to be the future leader of our defence. He's not finished yet. Like, he's not the full peak of his powers. He's still got learning to do. I said it when we signed him that we got a much better deal than Bayern Munich did with Upamecano. I felt like we got the better centre-back. Now, I wouldn't say no to bringing in Josko Gvardiol to give Verge a break or to rotate with Verge. But I can't see us spending that much money. So, look, everyone's saying no, they wouldn't sell him. 100 million is a lot for an injury-prone player. Are we at the point of calling him injury-prone now? I don't know. Like, he's had some injuries, but prone? Don't know if we're there yet to start calling him prone. And he's still grown as well as a man. You know, he's still filling into that big body of his. Canade will be one of the best in the world, said Theo. Canade is the future captain, unsellable, said Casey A. Tratt. Injury-prone players in Darwin. Yeah, that's what concerns me the most about Darwin. It's not will he come good or not. It's not will he score goals. It's will he constantly have niggles that stop him getting into a rhythm. If a bid came in from Saudi, I would sell. Or I'm going to say something that might get me in trouble. And we're playing a hypothetical game here. I'd rather sell Van Dijk than sell Ibu. at this moment in time. Now, I don't want to sell either. I really, really do not want to sell either. But if you put gun to my head, I'm selling Verge over Ibu. And I don't want to sell Verge. I love Verge. And we don't have to because they're both our players. You know, gun to my head, that one. But I don't want to sell either. I think Verge has 3 good years left on him.